Amazing. Okay, so I am here with the amazing Sarah Davis. We just wrapped up working together in Be Seen. Sarah, if you can just introduce yourself and share with us what was going on with your wardrobe, your confidence, your presence before we met.
Of course. So I'm Sarah and I am a myofunctional therapist. I own my own practice. So I started my business a few years ago and I wanted a more polished look that went along with how I felt. And I didn't feel like I was like too far off, but I didn't know how to get there. And so I will say in my initial call with this beautiful Melanie, within like the first 10 minutes, I was crying. I'm like, oh my God. Sarah, get it together. Why are you crying? You just met this person. But it's because Melanie hit on, something that's important to most of us women is that it isn't just about the look. It is about the look, but it's more about how you feel in the look and what it is that you're going for. And, Melanie is just a deep and kind person. And I think that she sees what women need. And yes, of course, an outfit is great, but it's more than an outfit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like so many people they go into their closet and they struggle with what to wear and they make it really about the clothes when it has yes, it's about the clothes and it feeling hard, but normally there's something else that's going on that is making it so we're not able to put it together, whether it was a childhood thing or whether it's something that we've heard over and over again. There's like something sticky that is making it so we just can't figure this out. So it's not just about having the clothes, it's actually really about how to be the person that can stand out, that has more visibility and just feels good and natural about it.
Mhm.
What are some of the shifts that you feel like happened when doing this work and going through the program?
Um, well, I really liked the beginning part, like the childhood work part, because I do feel like there's so many things that are just like small little blips that happen when you were a kid that actually have more of an impact than we even realize until we start kind of digging into that. So that was because so I've done like a lot of inner work around like my business stuff, but not around like my looks and that part. So that part was probably one of my favorite parts, but also just doing the little things that make you look more polished, like help your outfit to come together. And I mean, you talk about this early on that it doesn't always have to be like changing the shirt or changing the clothes or changing anything. It could be a tuck. It could be putting a belt on. It could be pulling something up in a different way, pulling your sleeves up in a different way. Like it doesn't like the devil's in the details. It's all the small things that can like pull it together and just make you look just that much better. So that was, I like that discerning eye that you have to be like, this is good. We're almost there, but this is what you could do to make it better.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I feel that women come to me and they're like, I've tried all of the things and they've spent a lot of money. Like, and it's like, I
Mhm.
have all of this stuff. And we're such perfectionist high achievers and we try to figure it out on our own. And we're mad that we can't figure it out on our own. But the great thing is that all of the work that everyone has done is not like, let's all tear it all down and throw it away. It's actually like, you're 90% there. It's just you need help seeing how to make it better. And a lot of times we're in our own way and we can't see it. It's like when someone will come in and you can't find your glass. It's all you're doing is so hyper focused finding your glass and they're literally sitting on the counter. It's just like,
Mhm.
hey,
Mhm.
you're so into the this isn't working. And here's like the one thing. And I just love that. One of the things that I know that is really important, and I know that you've, shared with me that, sometimes um that can I mention that you have ADHD? Are you okay with
Yeah,
that? So
I'm
most
very open about
okay.
it.
I know it is, but I just wanted to get permission and
Yeah,
not share any
totally.
information. But you have ADHD. Most of my clients, even if they don't have ADHD, they're such high functioners that normally they make a molehill into a mountain. And because in their mind, everything needs to be hard. And they actually it's something that actually happens. So can you just share, because I think that one of the things I witness happens is women will come to me and they say, I've tried all of the things, and actually they're over functioning. And that is why they're not having success. So can you just share how just some of the nuances or the process that has made this much easier for someone that is a perfectionist over functioner, takes on every single thing?
Well, as a recovering overfunctioner, overthinker, all of the things. I don't know, whenever you don't have to overthink everything, like if it's all, well, okay, let's go back a second, because I feel like ADHD, high functioning, all of the perfectionist people, like you give me rules and I can do it, man. Like if I don't have to think about it, if I don't have to figure it out, you tell me, I'm going to do it and I'm going to follow the rules. So with how you've done it, there's rules. There's rules and it's amazing because then I don't have to think about anything. Like I just follow the rules and guess what? The rules work. That's the whole point, is that it works, and it takes the guesswork out of it, and it's so much easier so that you don't have to figure it out, because there's people that this is what they do. And so just lean on the people. Like we don't have to figure everything out. We don't have to DIY it. We can have help.
And also what I love is now you know how to do it for yourself too. So it's not
Mhm.
this, here, let me tell you how to do it and then come and listen to me. It's like, let me show you how to do it so you could go and do it for yourself over and over and over again.
Because of the rules. I
Because of
love
the
rules.
rules, we always go back to the foundation. So share with us what are some of the things that have happened for your business and how you're showing up differently because of going through this process.
Um, Interestingly, one of the things that's happened is I have felt more confident in myself, and it has helped me to say no to more things, which is, I realize that sounds like maybe it couldn't be related, but to me it is. Like, let me explain my train of thought. So whenever I started to have a more polished look, people started to talk to me all the time about my look, right? Like, oh, like this girl, like one thing that one girl said, she's like, man, every single time I see you, you always look on point. There's not one day where I've seen you look bad. I'm like, well, you haven't seen me on the weekend, first of all, but thank you. I appreciate that. And so I feel like my energy started to shift, and then I became a buyer, not a seller, right? So people were wanting me. I'm not trying to find people. So people are coming more to me. And then I'm like, okay, well, is this thing going to help me in my business? No, then it's not worth my time right now. So then as my confidence has grown, I can say no to things that don't serve me at this current time. So it's really interesting that it kind of all started with having a more polished look. Like people take me more seriously. I take myself more seriously. And I'm a boss girl. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So that's been a really, really cool thing to happen for me.
I love that. And I can tell you why that it actually has, besides the fact that people are coming up to you, and that is amazing, because who wants to go up and have that weird conversation? Let them come to you. That's fabulous. But what happens through this process is you got much clearer and much more intentional.
Mhm.
So, it's like when you're going shopping, it's the same thing. You're not going and talking to everyone and going in 75 directions. You're like, no, I need this. So it's the same thing when someone comes to you and they're trying to have a conversation with you and sell you something or go in a direction you don't want to. You're like, I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I don't do that busy work anymore. It
Mhm.
really is that clarity in there and helps it. Um, Talk to me about some of the speaking engagements that you've had and how you're showing up for them and the ones in the that are coming up and how you're feeling about those.
Um, well, I have started a study club in my area. So that started at the beginning of this year. So that happened, I guess, like 3/4 of the way through the program. And so I have 14 dentists that are in that. And so I've been wrangling all of these dentists and doing presentations in that. And through that, I was also invited to do another presentation for a group of 50 plus dentists and dental hygienists for my business, obviously. Um, and I have another thing coming up in the same kind of area. I don't know that it's 50 people, but I'm getting invited to do more and more things. So it's I mean, I hate public speaking, but I feel really passionate about what I do and I know people need to hear about it. And now I'm starting to feel more confident that I should do it.
Yep. It's all just sharing the message. It's not public speaking. It's you just telling people, like this would be easier if.
hmm
And what will you say to someone who is on the fence about doing this work?
Well, it's going to be a much longer road and you'll get there eventually. You'll have to do it. So just do it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times we spend a lot of time spinning our wheels and not getting the result that we want when the time can be collapsed.
Mhm,
And also you could feel good while doing it.
mhm. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.